What's more fun than streaming your favorite game? Streaming your favorite game with a chat full of viewers cheering you on. But most streamers realize pretty early on that Twitch and other streaming platforms have terrible discoverability. According to Sullynome, there are only 30 viewers per streamer live right now. And most of those streamers live are only sitting at 0 to 1 concurrent viewers. The numbers just keep getting worse every year. You cannot just go live these days and expect people to show up simply through directory discoverability consistently enough to build a long-lasting community. So where do you go to start finding these connections? Well, a lot of streamers turn to Twitter. But Twitter comes with its own set of problems, just like Twitch, and if you're not prepared, you can end up just wasting a lot of time that would be better spent elsewhere. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly why going live tweets do not work for the majority of streamers, and give you some do's and don'ts that'll help you level up your Twitter game. My name is Sid. If you are new to the channel, I make content simplifying social media marketing for streamers, YouTubers, and other content creators so that you guys can stop worrying about your social media strategy. Start worrying about making content you love. If you'd like to go from struggling small streamer to brand with potential, make sure that you hit that sub button and drop a like on this video. Helps me out and lets the algorithm know that I'm doing stuff that people like over here. We've all seen those really bland tweets. I'm live, come stop by, hang with me, chill, and then just some random link below it. Probably didn't even realize who sent the tweet. Most of the time, you just skipped right past it, didn't you? But streamers just keep pumping these stinking things out every single day without fail, just hoping that somebody is going to click it and come over and watch their stream. Sometimes they do, just enough to keep that hope alive and keep all of you in this useless feedback loop of putting out these tweets that are just getting you nothing. The reason this approach doesn't work is actually pretty simple. You're just focusing on reaching the wrong people. A going live tweet will rarely interest somebody who isn't already familiar with that streamer in some way or another. Going live tweets become much more effective when you start focusing on appealing to the people who are actually already following you, as opposed to trying to bring in new people. Let's break this all down into business and marketing terms, since I love doing that so much. Think of Twitter as a big funnel. This funnel builds potential leads or potential viewers. The more they get to know your content and trust you as a creator, the further down that funnel they get until they reach the bottom where they actually become a viewer and member of your community. A going live tweet, the way that most streamers use them anyways, is targeting that large, broad audience at the top of the funnel. But those people are the least likely to actually click the link and become a viewer. By focusing on the people who are closer to the bottom of your funnel or already in your community, you can increase the effectiveness of your event marketing campaigns or going live tweets. At the end of the day, any good piece of marketing has the goal of turning a lead into a customer. And the same is true for you as a streamer. All of your marketing should be geared towards turning potential leads into viewers. So let's cover a few things that will motivate or demotivate somebody from clicking a link, becoming a potential viewer and community member. See if we can dial in what makes the perfect going live tweet. At the end, I'll share a handy free tool that I've been using to create announcements like this. Did you know that the human brain responds to images 60,000 times faster than plain blocks of text? Adding relevant visual elements to your tweets can dramatically increase the chance that somebody stops scrolling and takes a second to look at what you got going on. You can include things like stream clips, pictures of yourself or your setup, custom announcements like I just mentioned and we'll talk about later in the video, or as even a last-ditch effort, just including a stock GIF from Twitter that relates to your stream in some way. This seems like a really tempting way to get some traction when you're first starting a new account. It's pretty simple. You just tag them and follow their account, and every time that you tweet, they will retweet you to their tens of thousands of followers. Sounds good, right? But the problem is that we've all been programmed to view these bots as spam, or kind of a beginner move, if you will. We process the tag because it's highlighted from the rest of the post. That's the first thing we see. And then we just move on, a lot of times without even checking who the post was from, because we've already made up our mind that it's spam and we don't need to care. The few added impressions that you might get from these accounts retweeting you is not worth the amount of actual potential leads that you turn away making this hack move. Many streamers also notice that their account slowly loses reach after a while the more and more that they consistently use these retweet bots. And that's because the Twitter algorithm has pegged these bots as spam just like the rest of us and slowly filters out accounts that are connected to them in some way. So the more you use them, the more the Twitter algorithm connects you to this account and starts treating you like spam too. You might be tweeting all you want, but Twitter's just not showing you to anybody. Just one more nail in the coffin of this discussion, because I've seen it come up on Twitter a little bit recently, and I want to really make sure that you guys aren't using these. When you follow these, are you sick immediately of all of the retweets that flood your timeline from them? Well, I've seen this streamer teacher on Twitter telling people, well, it's easy, just turn off retweets from them. But isn't that kind of the whole point of these bots, is to have retweets from people put in front of their followers? And if you're annoyed and turning off retweets, don't you think that most of the other people following these are annoyed and turning off retweets as well? Meaning that when they retweet you, you're not actually getting anywhere? So when you think about it, are your tweets really reaching that many quality new leads by using these bots? And is it worth getting the bot stank all over your account? Always make sure to include what that stream is going to be about. If you're known for playing one specific game, this isn't really as much of an issue. But for a streamer like myself who does a lot of chatting, covering streamer news topics, and doing social media profile reviews and gaming with friends in there, we do a lot on this channel. It can be really handy to let people know what they're getting into. Knowing exactly what you're playing or talking about will pique a potential viewer's interest much more than just simply knowing that you're live. In fact, don't use hashtags in your going live tweets at all, unless they relate to the game that you're playing, an organization that you're a part of, or an event that you're participating in. Again, this goes all back to who you're trying to reach with these tweets. Hashtags are meant to reach new people. Hashtags like sup streamers or support small streamer or Twitch streamer and going live or all these things, they're way too broad to really do any good. Remember what we were talking about earlier about targeting the top of the funnel versus the bottom of the funnel? With those hashtags, you're targeting not just the top of your funnel, but you're targeting outside of your funnel altogether. You're targeting the rain that hasn't even fallen yet. Hashtags like this turn off those potential leads, those potential viewers who have a light investment in your content already. For example, they've seen your clips or they've interacted with you in comments before, because it turns your tweet into an advertisement rather than what it should be, an invitation. Speaking directly to people brings them into the experience rather than just making them feel like somebody's shouting at them. Think about it. Which sounds better? I'm live. Or, yo, you should come check out my stream. I'm live drinking 6 shakers of G Fuel and playing Dating Sim 3000. This is where I admit that I've been kind of wrong. I have said on several occasions that the Twitter algorithm does not hide links and that you shouldn't worry about it. But I've seen some stats recently that have, if not started to change my mind, have at least kind of made me take a second look and be cautious. A study from the Computational Journalism Lab found that accounts using a chronological timeline noticed 51% of the tweets in their timeline contained external links, whereas accounts using the algorithmic timeline or the standard Twitter timeline noticed only 18% of the tweets in their timeline contained external links. Maybe the algorithm has changed, or maybe we've just all been paying attention to the wrong data. We've been so far up our own statistics to figure out exactly what the underlying trends are here. Personally, I think what we're seeing is that the algorithm has gotten much more picky about what it flags as spam. These streamer going live tweets and a lot of external links are very spam-esque, especially if you use those stinking bots that just auto-tweet whenever you go live and say the same thing over and over again. Since these types of tweets are very low effort, I think the Twitter algorithm just starts to categorize them as external link to low traffic site, low quality text, spam. And then it just hides them away. I cannot come right out and say that Twitter is maliciously hiding external links to keep people on the site, because I think personally what's going on is it's just the spam filter doing its job. But just to be safe, try popping your link in the comments below. Don't leave it in the bio, because that's just one more step for people to go through. You want to make it as easy as possible for them to get to it. Try just mentioning it in the tweet or the graphic that you're using. Seems like a pretty easy way to get around it if they are hiding external links. And if not, it gives you a little bit more space in your tweet to say something that matters. Since my streams are every other Monday, I like to make an announcement on Sunday, just kind of letting everyone know that this is a stream week. Then I'll make another tweet right when I go live and retweet that about an hour into the stream. If you're like me and your streams are pretty far spaced out, this can be really handy because people can tend to forget that you stream. It's not malicious, but you're just not really right in front of them on a consistent basis. And since they forget that you stream, they're not really looking out for going live tweets from you. If you just post once right when you go live, the potential of hitting any of these people and getting them into your stream is pretty low. Someone who streams regularly might find this multi-day announcement approach a little bit overboard, but you can do a similar thing in the same day of streaming. Tweet about an hour before you go live to get everyone hyped up and reminded that this is a thing that you do. Then tweet right when you go live, and then partway through, pop a little retweet on it just to remind everyone, hey, I am still live. It's a couple hours later, but still here, still doing my thing. Just make sure that you clean up some of these tweets after you're done streaming, because once you're done streaming, they're basically dead content. And having to sift through a bunch of going live tweets to find one piece of original content is a surefire way to make sure that new people to your profile are not going to follow you. If it's a good tweet and you've put a lot of effort into a stream clip or a graphic and it really shows off your brand, you're proud of it, feel free to leave that up. Otherwise, just delete it, clean up that feed, keep it looking sparkly and fresh. Think of it as a portfolio that you want to engage people and encourage them to scroll through, not a bunch of advertisements that they have to slog through to get to the good stuff. One more do, because I like to have more positive in my life than negative. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but I see a lot of streamers forget it, honestly. If they don't know when you're live because you didn't share the time or the time zone with them in the tweet, then how are they going to know when to show up on time? Remember how at the beginning of the video I said I wanted to share a tool that I've been using to make my tweets a little bit more exciting? Well, here it is. A lot of you probably already know it. It's Canva, and you're going to kick yourself for not thinking of this sooner. It's so easy. Just go to Instagram post templates, find one that looks like a good start, get all your information into the template, and make any adjustments that you need to the font, colors, and images. You can even select from a wide variety of free stock images or select your own to upload. Once all that is set, now the magic happens. Did you know that studies have shown the average Western adult spends 30% of their waking hours daydreaming, barely noticing what's going on around them? Your job as a creator is to snap them out of it, and that's exactly what this little animation trick does. Select an element and then just click animate. You can add all sorts of eye-catching movement and then choose to download it in either MP4 or GIF format. A GIF will be easier to upload, so I usually choose that option. So now you have a free, unique graphic that you can use to promote your streams. Well, that's the video for today. What did you think? Are you going to add any of these to your channel promotion toolbox? Pop into those comments and let me know. Make sure you sub if you haven't already. Pop over to Twitter, follow me at Sid Lance. I'd love to chat with you, get you to know you some more. As always, everyone, stop grinding, start growing.